Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for issue 8. So let's go ahead and go through, see what this issue is going to entail. This issue, we're going to talk about the YT1200 and its sub variants. Then we're going to talk a bit about the droid interface, because that's always important when we're talking about the Falcon. Some of the set dressings and more of the, I guess, internal sections. Then we're going to go a little bit about the regions of the galaxy. So that'll be kind of interesting, help you get an idea of how things are laid out and whatnot. And of course, we always have the behind the scenes stuff. And here we are with the model section of what we're going to be doing this month. So this month we're going to get the computer station that's in the main area. We get 2 walls, and we're going to have some detail parts here and some detail parts here. Now you'll notice this detail part has the seat backs, so we can continue working on the seat that we started in issue 7. So first thing I want to do is talk about the fact that this one is distinctly broken up into 3 sections. So one, we're going to work on the technical station, right? Then we're going to work on the bunk area and around this where the DeAgostini table is. And then finally, we're going to actually put together the seat. So what may happen, and we'll see how this comes out, but what may happen is this may end up getting broken up into 3 parts. Well, depends on how things go. We'll see how all of it goes, because I do plan on adding a fair amount of details with some of this stuff. So particularly with this, and I don't even know exactly what details I'm going to be adding just yet. But I do plan on adding some details there. Fortunately, there won't be a lot of details to this seat. There are some that I plan on looking into. We'll see how that goes. But be a little bit of experimentation there. But we'll just kind of continue on here. So first I want to kind of point out, if you we had this floor from last time, and you can see it looks really, really rough. So I've done some additional stuff to it, and like I said, it looks pretty rough. So here we can see the plain color from the factory. This was the molded plastic here. Over here is the color of the what do you call it? This is the color of the natural flooring that we did. And then all through here, you can see where I put some through here. There's some different oil splotches. Here, some oil splotches. Through here, did a little bit of kind of, this is a high traffic area, so you can see kind of where they walk a lot down through here as well, and a little bit there. And I'm guesstimating on a couple things over here, because I don't have this wall here yet. Oh, I have it here. I just don't have it out to where I can see it. But over here is supposed to be an arch as well. And then there's a small little doorway, and I'm guesstimating where those are. Just kind of guesstimate that that's where they're going to be walking through. But and then I kind of darkened these up a little bit. So I've got a little bit more work to do with this. I'm going to kind of come through and maybe dry brush some of the details on this. And so I darkened these up because I wanted the details to kind of show through a bit more. So as I come through and I dry brush some of this, it'll bring some of the highlights back out, and then leave that darker bit for the low light, help kind of create that depth and that kind of stuff. And then likewise, some of these seams have been darkened, but then you can see there's kind of some additional kind of coloring around them and stuff like that. So that's all kind of by design as well, as if there was maintenance, and that's what these like oil spots were, or these darker splotches. It's like if there was oil had leaked out or something like that, and whatnot. So that's kind of my theory on this. It's the Falcon. It's old, nasty, and dirty. So I made this old, nasty, and dirty, and so we'll see how this goes after we get going. Now I do plan on clear coating this when I'm all done. Kind of touching this up, like I said. I'll be dry brushing this at some point, probably during this issue, and getting a clear coat on because we're going to start mounting all this stuff. And so I want to have all that done with this stuff mounted, and the walls will be going on and all that kind of stuff. So this has got to be ready this time. And so it's kind of interesting. It even talks about doing some darkening of the stuff to bring out the stuff, which basically that's like a wash or whatever. So but anyway, so here is the technical station, and here are some of the details. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go clean these, so that way we can get them glued and do some painting. So much like this shows, I'm going to do some dry brushing through here to help bring out some of these details, and we'll kind of see how that goes. And then this part here actually will be the part that goes in there. So that's this part here that they're showing. So I need to get this cleaned and dry brushed and all that kind of stuff as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint it other than the dry brushing. We'll see. I may do that. I may do some additional kind of painting on this because I don't think it's supposed to be this light. I don't mind the I don't mind the kind of contrasting colors, but I don't think it's supposed to be this light. So I may do some sort of additional painting on this as well. But for now, I'm going to go get these washed up, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, see you after a bit. Welcome back, everybody. So I've done some painting, and before I get too far, I want to do a shout out to my buddy Bo Pitbull. So Bo has noticed that it seems like in all my videos, I seem rather congested. And here's the thing, Bo. 5 minutes ago, no problems, could breathe just fine. I did basically. I'm like, oh, I'll record some more video tonight, and guess what? It's Congestion City, baby. All right, so here's what we've got. So with this issue, there are all kinds of pieces, right? So we have pieces pretty much everywhere. Make sure I'm looking at the right one here. Yeah, so we have pieces like we're building three different things here. So the first thing we're going to start building on, I believe I showed you, is the technical station, right? And so that's going to be these two. These two pieces here are actually going to go into this wall. Get it off the tape here. Okay, so these are going to go into this wall somehow, something like this, and something like, they go like this, right? So those two pieces are going to go on the wall like that, and you notice those really stick out. As I like to say, they stick out like a turd in a punch bowl. So, which is considering if you were to put a turd in a punch bowl, that'd really stick out, right? So, nothing but classiness here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we'll work on this later, but there's going to be some detailing and that kind of stuff in these. Um, the first thing we need to work on is we are going to work on this this here. So this part is going to go right here in the front. But the thing is, I'm not going to put it there just yet. The first thing I need to do is take off that one little piece of tape. No, I need to take off all this tape. And this tape has actually been here for a while. So it's been on here for like probably a week, I think. So um, I masked it off, I primered it, and then it sat there for basically a week. And then last night, I was it last night? Yeah, last night I decided to spray and or no, yesterday day. Sorry, yesterday day I decided to spray and paint this. And so I was painting this one and these. Oh, that was my tripod. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So the first thing I painted was this piece here, right? So that piece there, I painted that, and I just had to do this edge of this piece. And I missed it when I painted it the first time, so I had to paint it. And so I just did those dark pieces first, and then after that, I cleaned the airbrush real quick, and then I came back and painted these lighter colors. So pretty big difference there. So definitely, if you're gonna paint them, you got to paint them differently. This gray part here, that's what the model comes with. Okay, so I don't I don't want that to be left gray because in the pictures, and there's not a lot of easy pictures to find of this, but the pictures I saw, this was like a gloss black. So I'm going to paint it gloss black. At least I'm going to try. The problem is, in order to do that, I have to mask this off, primer this, and then spray it with gloss black. So as you can tell, there's not a lot on the sides here to really mask to, so that's going to be a challenge. But hey, I'm up for a challenge, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. So I think the first order of business is get this masked so we can primer this and then we can paint it with some gloss black. And then once we get that done, we can start doing most of the assembly. So after we get that done, after we get that painted, then we're going to have to, uh, we're also going to have to paint these. Now, this is a type of tan. I don't know why, but they had these being tan and the outside of this being tan. And this is actually supposed to be some sort of a lighted display thing. And that goes, the lighted display thing goes up here. Let me get this over here. The lighted display thing goes up here. And those two little tan things go right there. Well, that just doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to paint them like gray or something like that. So they'll actually kind of blend into this here, or fit like better or whatever, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get started on the masking. Probably would have been good if I had masking tape. Let me grab that. I'll be right back. Okay, here I am. I'm back. So the challenge of doing the painting wasn't so much changing the colors and cleaning the airbrush in between and all that kind of stuff. It was the fact that this gray was the Tamiya, and it's an acrylic paint. Acrylic paint. The light gray is a Model Masters, and it's enamel, which in and of itself isn't a problem. Problem is, I didn't know it was enamel. Enamel and uh, acrylic don't mix unless they're dry. So I sprayed the acrylic first, cleaned out the airbrush real quick, just so I could get the lighter gray painted. When I went to clean up the lighter gray, I was using alcohol to clean it. Well, alcohol will not clean up enamel. So there was a problem. And that didn't go very well. So that created a need to completely disassemble the airbrush and, you know, do some adjusting there. So I don't know the best way to do this. maybe we'll do this. All right, there we go. Have something a little bit smaller to work with than even there, and we'll still fold this over. So I fold it up like I'm, rolling my own. And some of you guys know what that's about. And stick it on there like that. Well, that's not too bad. That actually went a lot better than I thought it was going to. Honestly, I thought I was just gonna fail. Well, here's the problem. I don't want that to be sucked down. I need it to maintain that line all the way across, like that, right? Is that straight across? I believe so. Yeah. Okay. So we're just gonna. So when you put down masking tape, it's a good idea to kind of what they call burnish it. So you burnish it down, and that's going to make sure that you get a good seam on it. So that way it helps so the paint doesn't bleed underneath. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of bleedage there, but trust me, you guys will never know, except for the fact that I just told you. All right, so we're just going to stick this across the top. Something kind of like that. I'm just going to burnish that down with my fingernail or my thumbnail. All right, and just get it stuck down there. There you go. So you can kind of see my last uh, masking job wasn't so good. That's why we got so many uneven lines and stuff. All right, so there's that. Fold that under. Get that out of the road there. So the nice thing about these mats, let me show you. So I can use this knife and cut all the way down on it, and it's self-healing, so you'd never even know what happened. I don't need this whole thing. Oh, I swear, every time I get ready to do something like this, I say to myself, you should totally get your reading glasses. Now, sad to say, I need reading glasses. 10 years ago, I didn't wear glasses. And when I used to work on electronics, and I think between that, looking at all the small stuff, and I started working on computers, uh, you know, software and that kind of stuff, and it just all wore down on my eyes. Well, next thing you know, I'm wearing glasses, and I'm wearing reading glasses. Whew. Trying being so quiet, and you can't even see half of what I'm doing. Very much concentrating on this stuff. Sorry about that. Alright, let's get this burnish down like I mentioned. Okay. Now, just throw it away. And because I don't want to get primer all over the rest of this, I'm just going to tape it off like this. Because I don't want to have to repaint this whole stinking thing. Right? Right. Alright. So we can just do a quick primer job on this. There we go. There we go. Alright. Here's our little job there. So I'm going to go primer this, and I'll come back when I've got it primered and painted. I'm going to primer it tonight. I'm going to let it sit overnight, and because I'm using an enamel primer and acrylic paint. So when you're doing that combination, you have to let the enamel cure completely. So I'll spray the enamel primer, and then I'll spray the acrylic paint tomorrow. And then the acrylic paint will dry pretty quick, so you'll be able to see that after the fact pretty quick after that. And then, but while it's drying, what we'll probably do is work on those other small little pieces and get those painted up so we can get those attached to this as soon as that's done. So, all right, so I'm gonna go get that painted, and we'll catch you when it's all done. Welcome back, everybody. So here we are, and we've got our painting done. So we're going to work on this here. And so first thing, let's go ahead and get the masking off and see how well the masking worked. And yeah. All these little extra pieces. Let's see here. There we go. Come on. There we go. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Peel this off. There we go. What do you think?